thanks, Amber. Well, in the garden this morning, we're talking about the best ways to take care of your prized rose bushes. KGO 9 Sylvia Lopez checks in with our garden guru, Nick Federoff.
We're in the garden today talking about summer rose care, especially since it's been so hot and dry lately, with Nick Federoff from thingsgreen.com. Nick, how are you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing all right.
What, you ready? Yeah.
So important to have in the garden, though.
Yeah?
Yeah, a little laughter and a hoe. And the reason being is because one of the things we want to do is we want to get those weeds out of the garden.
Okay.
And one way of doing it is by hoeing them. It's, of course, not when the plants in a container like this,
right.
But you have an area, hoe them. But you have to be very careful around the roots of the plant because roses are very shallow rooted.
Yeah, delicate roots.
Very delicate.
Yeah?
So you can't get too close to them. Stay a short distance away.
Okay.
And the closer you get, and I would say about 6 inches or so, then just hand pull those roots out.
Okay, just be careful around.
And you're absolutely right when you start saying how hot it is. Oh, ridiculous.
Right.
Your roses are feeling that, and
Yeah.
that's a problem.
And they're hurting too,
They're
right?
really hurting. Now, I'll tell you what's not hurting, where we're at right now, which is the house of Dr. Phil Harris,
Yeah.
because he's able to take, and here in Cerritos, by the way, what he's able to do is he spends the time with his plants. But
Right.
sometimes we don't have that kind of time to
Right.
do that. So one of the things we do is we become very friendly with some compost.
Okay, let's grab this over here.
And compost is a key component to keeping things nice and moist.
Want this down here?
Yeah, so if we take and we just get some compost and we throw it in like this. Now, if you notice, I will never ever bury deeper. See what this bud union is right here? We
Yes.
never want to bury that up here. In the east, they do because they don't want it to become frozen in the winter time, so they keep it warm. But here,
don't need to do
we
that.
keep it below this.
Okay.
If you go any higher, you're going to end up getting suckers. And the suckers are going to just slurp out the energy out of the plant, and you won't get any flowers.
Okay, so keep it like about an inch below that.
Yes.
Okay.
So you keep it like that. You just have to put it on top. You don't have to mix it in.
Okay.
That's really kind of cool about
Nice,
this.
just let it sit there.
Let it sit there. Water. It keeps the soil cool. It keeps the roots cool. It's just a good thing.
Roses are happy.
Now, one of the things that we have to always remember is to deadhead. And you see how these flowers are right here? Well, actually, they're not flowers. They're spent flowers.
Right.
All right. One of the problems that we have is that a lot of people will take and they'll just trim it right about right there. And they'll trim it on top. That's
Right.
not good because what will happen is that this stick right here
Right.
will die. It'll turn black.
Oh, and that's not good for the
Yeah,
plant,
so
right?
instead what I want you to do here, Sylvia, is I want you to find what we call a leaflet. Now this whole thing right here represents that. Right here we have a bud underneath this leaflet.
Oh,
So
yeah.
what I want you to do is I want you to take and prune it all the way down by that
Right there.
leaflet right there. Yeah.
There like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Boom. Just that
Okay.
simple.
Okay.
Now what's going to happen is that this thing is just going to start blooming and blossoming and just go like crazy for you.
Right.
So we want to do that with all of our plants. Take it
Right
down.
there?
You could either take it there or actually I would take it even further.
Right
See?
down to there.
Yeah, right down to
Okay.
there. All right, it's up. Now, again, you have a bud that's right here.
Right.
And the bud is this right here. You'll have a branch coming out in this
Nice.
direction.
Okay.
And you'll get this beautiful flower on there.
Okay,
So
good.
that's a good thing. Now, speaking of beautiful flowers, critters love beautiful flowers.
yeah.
And critters come in big sizes and little sizes.
Right.
So one of the things that we can do is that we can ward off our critters by using natural products. Now, this right here is a product that has a water liquid in it, of course, but it's good for deer and insect repellents on the roses. It's a garlic-based product.
The garlic smell keeps
Yeah,
them away.
they come up
Okay.
and they taste and they go, oh, don't want
I
any
don't
of
want
that.
to have bad breath.
Though this particular plant that we got from Blue Hills Nursery in Whittier does not have any black spot on there, that happens. White powdery mildew happens on roses, especially when we water and too much water gets on top
Right.
of it. What we can do is get some baking soda.
Really?
Yeah, you get some baking soda, put about a teaspoon of this inside a container that's this big,
Right.
fill it full of water, and spray your plants.
Really?
Yeah.
How often?
Probably once a week.
Really?
We'll do that.
That often?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, spray it
And
once a
that'll
week.
take care of the mildew problem.
That'll take care of the mildew problem. So that's a real good thing. This one right here, I just have to get through. Epsom salts.
Right.
Great for soaking your toes in, and also if you wanted to see this flower just double in size.
Seriously?
Yeah.
What do you
You take on the first day of winter, spring, summer, and fall, and you take and you put just about a quarter of a cup of this. So if you just take a small handful and a little bit more than that, a little bit more. Let's see how you're going to do that. There you go, a little bit more of a cup. There you go. Throw it at the base of the plant right here.
Okay.
Boom, you're done.
That's it.
That's it. That's
4 times a year.
4 times a year.
Okay.
That right there is going to put this magnesium sulfate, which this is,
Seriously?
into there, and these things bloom and blossom.
They
If everybody
love
wants
that.
any more information about all the stuff that we meant to get to over here, come to my website. I got a blog that's on there to thingsgreen.com, or you can call me 24/7 at 1-800-405-NICK, or on Facebook. I do a lot of this stuff on Facebook as well, so it's really kind of cool.
When it comes to roses, there's so much to talk about.
There really is. Hey, this is a fertilizer. Can you smell what that is?
I was going to use that on my salad.
No, you don't want to do that. Can you smell that?
Balsamic vinegar.
Yeah, it's fish.
Seriously?
Yeah, we took it out.
I'm thinking anchovies.
It's fish.